KingsCountry.net. There goes T.G. Shepherd. You know, he was in our neck of the woods last night. Did a show over in Livingston, Texas. I know that because we're on Strike TV in Livingston, and I saw their post about T.G. Did some interviews. You're going to be seeing soon on Strike TV. Speaking of T.G., I'm having a fabulous flashback with T.G. Shepherd.
King of the road.
Backstage in Silsbee with the legendary T.G. Shepherd.
Your music's definitely timeless and very recognizable with 21 number one hits, 14 consecutive number one hits in the 70s and 80s.
Well, you know, I have been very blessed in my life to be able to do what I love so much, make music. I was even more blessed to put together a string of songs that has, you know, stood the test of time, and it still enables us to go out here and work every week. But yeah, that 14-song run was kind of an unusual thing to happen at that time. But everything we recorded went number one there for like 2 or 3 years.
KingsCountry.net. Here comes Cody Johnson, a.k.a. Kojo. Had the pleasure of speaking with him several times in the late 2000s. Nice guy. Glad for all his success. In fact, he's got the Leather Tour set to kick off in January 2024 in Sacramento, California. Not a lot of dates on the calendar yet. They've got 4 in January, 5 in February. Looks like they're booking more gigs. Hopefully come to our area. Without further ado, here comes his first number one, Cody Johnson, Till You Can on King's Country.
You can tell your old man you'll do some largemouth fish in another town.
KingsCountry.net. I'm always scouring the earth to find little nuggets for you. Nashville nuggets. Not. Found it on the internet, but don't tell anybody. Here's Tim McGraw talking about how his romantic ballad, Her, which describes his wife, Faith Hill, to the T.
Her's one of the first songs I recorded for this album. It's one of the first songs I collected for this album, and I loved every second of it. I loved every line of every verse. I loved everything about it. It's to a T, my relationship with my wife.
KingsCountry.net. If you're anywhere near the boob tube, flip over to Channel 6. KFDM, and you can get a preview of this weekend's Jim King of the TV show. They preview it every Friday on News at Noon on KFDM, the number one station in Beaumont. Very proud of that. Been doing that for several years now. Many years. Used to do it live. Now it's taped. So you can check out that tape coming up in just a few moments on Channel 6. Then come on back. And we're going to preview this weekend's Jim King of the TV show. We're kicking it off with Jeff Bates. We'll follow it up with Tina Bean, owner of 5 Star Feeds. It's a Bates and Bean episode, in case you hadn't guessed. Episode number 897, for those of you keeping track. We'll have the first segment sponsored by Texas Construction Resources. We'll have the Southeast Texas debut of Preston D. Barnes' new video. It's our Taylor Trading Company music clip of the week from Nashville. Of course, we'll have the Honky Tonk Texas fabulous flashback. John Cisak will be back in the Royal Spotlight. There's the lineup for this weekend's Jim King of the TV show. That Spotlight segment sponsored by Glenn's Express Collision. Don't miss it 3 times this weekend on Fox 4 and the CW. Coming soon to Strike TV and YouTube. But don't tell anybody. And thanks for streaming King's Country.
I won't write a note. That's a coward's way out.
KingsCountry.net. In case you missed the news, breaking news from Hollyweird. Gwen Stefani got a star on the Walk of Fame. And giving speeches before Gwen Stefani received her star on the Walk of Fame were record producer Jimmy Levine, music pioneer Irving Azoff, and her husband Blake Shelton. Here's some of what Blake said that brought Gwen Stefani to tears.
In my opinion, Gwen is the perfect person to receive a star on the Walk of Fame. From music, television, and movies to fashion and beauty, she has risen to the top over and over again with her unique style that has made the world fall in love with her. Not as much as me, though.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. That's Craig Campbell, Outskirts of Heaven, in case you're wondering. I'm Jim King of the radio. Stay with me. We've got Ronnie Millsap coming up before you know it. And speaking of Ronnie, that was my TBT on Facebook yesterday. Throwback Thursday. Went all the way back to August 5th, 2004. At the old Dixie Dance Hall on Crockett Street. That's where he played. That was a good show. Great guy, too. We've got him coming up as well as Jason Aldean. But right after these, Ashley Monroe on King's Country. You stay right there. King's Country at kingscountry.net from our file. You just can't make this stuff up. 2 out of the 4 men accused of stealing a truck containing more than $400,000 worth of beef have been arrested in Florida. They were caught uploading the trailer at, wait for it, a vegetable farm. Here's Miami judge talking about the heist in court.
He was arrested for grand theft of cargo. So I guess in Miami-Dade, they were transferring the stolen beef into another container. Here, the stolen tractor trailer has an approximate value of $150,000.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. Don't miss the Jim King of the TV show that 3 times this weekend locally on Fox 4 and the CW. Coming soon to Strike TV and already on YouTube. It's episode number 897. We're closing in on 900 before you know it, just several episodes away. This is a Bates and Bean episode. We'll kick it off with Jeff Bates. Nashville recording artist Jeff Bates will kick it off. Exclusive concert footage and interview captured in DeRidder, Louisiana, and sponsored by Texas Construction Resources. We'll cruise on over to Tina Bean and 5 Star Feeds. She's the owner of 5 Star Feeds over there in Port Arthur, PA. She's a Bean. Yeah, her family is related to the late, great Judge Roy Bean and Alan Bean, the astronaut. We'll tell you about that in the show. Plus, she's got lots of birds and critters over there. It's like a virtual farm at Tina Bean and 5 Star Feeds. We'll also have the Southeast Texas debut of Preston D. Barnes' new video as our Taylor Trading Company music clip of the week from Nashville. Of course, we'll have that mainstay, the Honky Tonk Texas fabulous flashback. It'll be about Tina Bean and her famous ancestors. We'll have John Cisak in the Royal Spotlight thanks to Glenn's Express Collision, song that he wrote called US 290. Here's a little taste test of it.
I headed out to Austin, B290, west of my hometown. Had that hammer laid on down. That old Ford drum. With my guitar writing shotgun and a song on that all-night radio. Down the lonesome road I can go to the only life I know. And I'll sing songs for free on some beans and a beer to wash them down. If I can't find a couch or buy a bed, I'll sleep out on the ground.
Check out John Cisak back in the Royal Spotlight this weekend on Fox 4 and the CW. Check out the segments if you want on YouTube and tell your friends about it. Don't miss the show this weekend on King's Country.
No, I won't.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. One of the things I love about living in Southeast Texas is the cost of living. It's much cheaper than other areas. In fact, when I bought this house that I'm speaking to you from, we had the most undervalued property in the United States here in Beaumont, Port Arthur. Maybe Port Arthur drives down the prices a little bit, but heck, I paid off the house in 10 years. That was back in 2014, 9 years ago. So I haven't had a mortgage since then, but you never really own your house. You know, you got to pay taxes and insurance forever. Well, Talk about cost of living. U.S. News and World Report ranked the most expensive places to live in the country. And on the top of the list is San Diego, California. It's based on median gross rent and annual housing costs for mortgage-paying homeowners. Number 2 was Los Angeles. I used to live there. Honolulu was 3rd. Miami 4th, followed by Santa Barbara. I did a radio gig out there in Santa Barbara. Man, it's an expensive place. San Francisco, Salinas, Santa Rosa, California in 5th through 8th. Expensive living in California. I got a good buddy out there. He lives in a high-rise condo, about $500,000 for a 900-square-foot apartment type place. Way to go, San Diego, the most expensive place to live. King's Country at kingscountry.net. I guess I did all the damage for a TGIF edition of the Jim King of the Radio Show. Me and Suzanne Simmons, my sweetheart, have a busy weekend. Tomorrow especially, we're going to cruise over to Mont Bellevue tomorrow for NerdCon. Looking forward to that. We heard from Keith Coogan earlier. By the way, I'm going to re-air those NerdCon interviews this afternoon because the event is tomorrow from 10 to 6 in Mont Bellevue, about 50 miles from Beaumont, about an hour from Beaumont. We'll be there midday tomorrow, and then we're going to cruise over to Jefferson County Dance Club in Nederland for Eddie and Maxie's Swamp Pop event. You'll be seeing that again, probably the same lineup as last time. Anyway, be listening for those interviews. We're going to re-air them this afternoon, and you keep between the ditches. Have a good one. Hope to see you at NerdCon or at Jefferson County Dance Club for Swamp Pop tomorrow night. And with any luck at all, we'll be back Monday. Talk to you again, 10-ish here on King's Country. Later, Gators. Have a good one. And above all,